Hello and welcome to Top Dice. My name's Zaid, and I'm joined today by Eunice and Peter. Mythic Echoes.
Hey, how you
So,
doing?
Pete, Mythic Echoes. What's that all about? Tell us.
Okay, Mythic Echoes came about because in 2024 it was the 100th anniversary of Dracula being performed on stage in Derby for the first time. And to kind of celebrate that, there was a series of talks by Dacre Stoker. And me doing my usual thing, I saddled up to the organiser and went, "You do know Dracula was massively influential on role playing games." And he went, "Oh, okay, give me some ideas." So I came up with six, pitched for because the other two breached health and safety laws, and had two accepted. And basically, it was to organise a Vampire Games Day and a Vampire Live Roleplay, LARP.
Well,
Then, fast forward a couple of months, and I was one of the GMs for D&D at Alveston Castle, and I met this gorgeous, amazing events promoter, organizer from Malaysia, who looked absolutely stunning in this kind of vampiric princess long crimson dress with gold braids. And thought, have I got an event for you? And this is where Eunice comes in.
Eunice.
Hi, I'm
Yes,
Eunice. That's an introduction I can never beat, to be honest.
that's an amazing introduction, that Pete, and I love it. And you know what? It suits. It suits it down to the ground. So there you go, Eunice. I think. Well, I can't top that. It doesn't matter what I actually sort of say. So, Eunice, what were you doing at this event? I think it's going to be quite obvious, but go on.
So, as Pete mentioned, we met at a D&D castle event. It was in Elveston Castle as well. Beautiful castle. And I basically just moved over from Malaysia about a year ago, but I was running tabletop events back in Malaysia. So I ran LARPs, I ran tabletop events because at that point tabletop was not readily available in Malaysia. It's growing really, really quickly. But I was like, I could push this faster. I could get the ball rolling. So I started hosting a whole bunch of events. They're basically beginner-friendly events at several locations around Malaysia at game stores as well. And then I moved over because of love. I know, ridiculous. Don't do that, guys. And I got married. And then I was like, I still want to be at events. I still want to be involved because I've been doing it for so many years. It's a big part of me, and it's a whole new country. And even though tabletop is already quite established here, I still want to do something. And then I met Pete because I borrowed his GM screen, and then he was wearing a really cool outfit, and I was like, I can't. I feel like I just met my people. And then we started talking, and I mentioned what I do last time, and he was like, "Oh, you know what? I actually have a plan, but I can't tell you yet. I can't tell you." And I was like, "Oh, okay, okay." And then a few months later, I was like, "I can finally tell you now." I'm like, "I thought you were joking. I didn't think this was real." And then one thing led to another. We hosted our first Vampires game day, which is 5 tables or 4 tables.
It was 5 tables.
5 tables of all vampire team games of all different systems as well. Two D&D, but the rest of them are all different systems. And that went really, really well. And then I thought that was it. And then we had LARP. We hosted our first LARP, and it went great. And I was like, that's done, right? And then we done such a good job that they went, you know what? We want you back again. And I was like, oh, okay then. And then round two came, and that is in 2 weeks, guys. Tickets are going off. I think there's only 4 tickets left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, only a very few tickets left. 3 tables have already sold out.
Wow. Yep.
And yeah, we're down to our last few tickets for the 3 remaining tables.
Right.
That was
Okay.
wrong, guys.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get Pete and Eunice to actually send me links so I can actually include it in the video here, and also let's get those places filled because this sounds absolutely amazing. So what games have you actually sort of got going down? Are they set pieces? Are they going to be D&D? Or is it going to be Vampire the Masquerade? What are we actually talking?
Uh, I don't remember all of them, but I know there's a D&D one, there's a Vampire Masquerade one, there is a Warhammer one,
Wow.
ran by the one of the writers of said system. I am tempted to join that one, so if that one's not
Yeah.
going yet, I am getting that table. And there's a few more as well. I think Pete can fill in what I have forgotten.
Yes, we've got Mothership, and we've also got Vassan.
Good.
And we basically, it doesn't matter what system it is. It could be everything from Vampire the Masquerade to Smurfs, the role-playing game. The only stipulation it has to have vampires in it, either as protagonists, antagonists, or as player characters. That's it.
Well, do you know what? That's actually an amazing selection of games there. I've just had my mind blown. I presume that is this going to be an annual thing going forward then?
I think so, to be honest. I mean,
Right.
we're back the second time now, and if this event sells out, they might ask us to run another one again this year. We don't know, but it's up to demand, really. As
Right.
long as there's demand, we don't mind running. And the location that we're running it at as well is absolutely gorgeous. It's in a historical library in Derby City Centre. So there is access to buses around. We also have parking available as well. And because it's in city centre, it's quite accessible. And it's also wheelchair accessible. There is, it's
Well, the bottom line is yeah, I'm hoping there's going to be a second one. Hopefully, I'll be able to sort of come to the next one and join in because you've sold it to me already. I just love the variety of the games as well. I obviously had no idea which direction this conversation was going to go in, but the location. I love the discussion about the games there, and also the fact that there's actually LARPing involved too. It just ticks all the boxes. So is it?
Yeah,
What's
the
the
LARPing-
start time? Go on.
Also, the LARPing is separate to the Vampire Games Day. Like they've got Vampire Games Day, and then in the latter half of the year we've got Vampire LARP.
Right.
It's just the two separate events. It's
Right.
kind of otherwise this gets a bit complicated even for us.
Yes. Right. So the LARPing event. Do you have a date and are tickets on sale for that yet?
no.
Not yet. Basically, we have gone, Eunice.
Sorry. So last year we had it in Elveston Castle, and we sort of were banking on them on the next year because they offered. They went, "Do you want to run it again next year?" We went, "Yes, yes, we do. We just need to confirm some stuff with Derby University on this whole thing." And I think it was last week, they informed us that Elveston Castle is going to be under renovation for the rest of the year. Hence, we just lost one of our favorite locations because it's a literal castle.
I bet. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So
Yeah. So we are kind of looking for a brand new location, and it's a progress, but we're trying to get it up by the end of this month.
Right.
So stay tuned as well. Yes.
Okay, right. What I'm going to give you I'm going to give you free reign. I know we normally limit on the Facebook page Saturdays only for advertising, but as soon as you actually sort of find out, have any news, push it. You whatever day it happens to be. How's that for straight out? It's just only good for the community, and that's what
Thank
the page
you.
is all about.
Thank you very much.
Straight away, no issues. And if anybody gives you any trouble, refer them to me, and I'll sort them. And
Are you going to join us as well?
I'll certainly sort of do my best on that. I've not done any cosplay for years and years and years and years, but I just love the idea of vampire cosplay. It's just what's not to
It's
love.
also quite flexible because the entire premise of the Vampire Lab is accessibility.
Yeah.
And hence there's vampires from different regions. You can come in a long gown, you can come in a suit,
Yes.
you can come in whatever ready clothes that you already have, as long as it's somewhat gothic-ish, because I'm sure everyone has a black shirt out there. So you can dress as extravagant as you want. Or there's like different dynasties that you can pick from with different styles, and that you can fit in quite easily as well with whatever clothing you have. So
There you go.
Yeah, no matter what stage you are.
So there we go. It's called vampire equality, which is what it's all about, really, isn't it? And I think that's a key part of this. There's no barriers on that front, and it doesn't matter who you are. You can be a vampire.
Yeah.
And we like that.
Yeah, vampires are the ultimate predators
They
because
are.
they look just like anybody
Anyone
else. So basically, anyone could be a vampire.
Exactly, and I think that's one of the reasons why the vampire role-playing game back in the 90s really sort of struck a chord. It was so unusual. Everything, there had been sort of, you'd call it, but there'd been nothing like that. And the way the clans were portrayed, and you could have such a mix of people, types, didn't matter. Anything went, and I think that was the big thing with it. The barriers were just down completely with it. Didn't matter who you were. You could play vampire. You could play as yourself.
Yeah, Vampire the Masquerade effectively revolutionised the hobby of role-playing because it kind of moved away from the combat and combat encounters to focusing more on the personal horror and the role-play and what it means to be a creature of the night rather than what it means to, have a +10 sword.
That's it. Basically, fighting for humanity rather than,
fighting for
idea,
experience.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. And that's a huge thing. Right, okay, so we've got quite a bit going on actually here. We've still got a few places left on the current, so we'll see what we can do about pushing that. Pete, Eunice, you again, for that event, the actual role-playing one, you have free reign on the page as well to basically push it out there and get it filled. And I hope going forward we can actually support you on this side too. So, like I said, free reign. There we go. Can't get a better offer than that, really.
Thank you very much. Much
thank
appreciated.
you so much for everything, really.
Okay. Personal favourite role-playing game. So we'll switch a little bit here. So clearly, one thing I'm really interested in, Asian role-playing games, Eunice. Malaysia, what are the top role-playing games? Is there any different from the UK or?
It's D&D. So we try to push quite a lot of systems out. So there's a lot of smaller systems out there, obviously. But because D&D is so popular, it's very easy to get people into role-playing by introducing them to D&D.
Yeah.
Because it's so widely known. So what I usually do is, surprisingly, I did not start with D&D, but that's not the point. So most of my tables for my events are D&D, but there will be one or two out there that is going to be a slightly smaller system, like a dungeon crawler, obviously done with their own homebrew stuff as well. But that's a very easy way for people to get into because they already know what is D&D and therefore it's easier to market it.
Yeah.
However, in the UK it's a bit different because there are so many people who already played D&D and they're just exploring different systems, and this makes it accessible for them to try out other systems without having to read through an entire rulebook and all the fun as well. So yeah.
Okay, and Pete, what's your favourite role-playing game?
That's like trying to ask me to pick my favourite child.
It is, yes.
You do have one.
Okay, my favourite role-playing game. Okay, well, bit of a cliche. Well, I've got 5.
Okay,
we'll
go
for
with
3
5.
though.
I feel like I guessed it.
Okay, Vampire the Masquerade, top of the list.
I knew it.
Yep. Basically, it was I played D&D. That was my first game I ever played. Loved it, and then I came across Call of Cthulhu, Shadowrun, and then kind of Vampire the Masquerade came along, and it was just like, okay, this is what you can do with role playing, and the rest of the series of history. I have a lot of love for Maze the Ascension. That's a real good, really cool game. Set in the World Dark is about kind of power, hubris, pride. And yeah, it just really kind of ticks on the boxes because it's a game that relies on imagination and in ethics. I have a lot of love for Cyberpunk and Cyberpunk 2020, Dark Future role-playing game. That's a really cool game, and one of the few games that have ever actually been successfully adapted into a video game with the Cyberpunk 2077. Last 2 games, Hang on, let me just turn around behind it. Look at the wall.
You have a wall to brag. I only have a mirror.
Okay, Alien, the role-playing game, how could I forget that? I love Aliens, I love the film, I love the aesthetics, I love the kind of storytelling, and the Alien, the role-playing game,
The
absolutely
role-playing is brutal, though.
It is very
It's
brutal.
freaking brutal. It's the same as it's not Arkham Horror. It's the Call of Cthulhu is also brutal, but I feel like Alien is way more brutal.
It really recreates the sense of being in the films, where anyone can die.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you play Alien, the role-playing game, yes, you will.
Yeah.
Viscerally, badly, and squishily.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's face it. You just can't win, can you? That's
No.
you kill the thing, you get squirted with acid. You don't kill the thing, you get munched on, basically. So
I also remember. So I played the Alien one 2 months ago.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know there was a betrayal. I didn't know there was someone would be against me. And at the end of it, I was staring her down. I was like, how dare you? How dare you do this to me? I thought we were working together this whole time. I thought you were just playing.
The betrayal. The complete betrayal.
All I want to say is the GM must have loved that.
Oh my god! I was in the game store as well, and I was doing like, it's horrible, I tell you.
Right, you know what? I'm going to have you both of you back at some stage, definitely for another chat. This has just been too entertaining. You're free if you're free to join us on other Top Dice shows as well. We have general sort of chats as well, and we do all sorts of different things. And I think it's quite new to you. You hadn't actually sort of realised what we did, Pete, on these. But we do all sorts. We've got little mini quizzes and whose game is it? All sorts of different things go on Top Dice. So we'll get you back again on at least one or two if you don't mind. But
sure,
there's one last thing that I'm going to need you to do now. The last show that we actually recorded it with Alan, who is part of GMS Games, and we did a bit of a setup for a giveaway, and this is for the AEGEAN RPG, and I've got 10 entries here next to me, names, so because of the backdrop it's very difficult to see, so I've written them down in order, and I'd like one of you please to give me a number from 1 to 10, and that will be the winner of the AEGEAN RPG. So, who's going to be?
Do a rock paper scissors and see who gets it.
I think it should be. I think it should be ladies.
Okay,
really, shouldn't it?
1,
Rock, 2,
2, 3.
What did you? 1,
2, 3. Oh yeah.
I picked number 1.
You're going to pick number 1. That is absolutely fantastic. Right.
I was going to pick pie just to be awkward.
We can't split. We can't split a person.
They can't split.
You can. It's getting messy, but you can.
It would be a very messy book. Right. Okay. That's Liana, who chose Hera as the Greek god of her choice. So what I will do, I'm going to reach out to Liana and let her actually know that thank you very much. She owes you. Oh, I've just seen a note here. She's actually left a note to say, can she please donate the book to Lee, who is actually currently in hospital? One of our. So that's.
I picked the right person.
Absolutely, yeah. You know what? That's absolutely lovely. So Lee Williams. Congratulations, you're the proud owner.
Get well soon.
Yeah.
Get well soon, yes.
He normally, well, he has been on Top Dice in the past as Lee. Lovely chap, and not seen or spoken to him for must be over 12 months now. So that's absolutely lovely. Thank you very much indeed. Right, to wrap up, Eunice, Pete, get the links to me, and what I will do, I'll get this video out next 24 hours. We'll get it out there, and also I'll push it on the Facebook page. And if you want to use any part of this in your advertising, you're quite welcome to. You can just edit me out because I'm the loon, and you can just have you do talking.
Nonsense! We put it right in the center.
Yeah, front and center.
I got interviewed by
Yeah,
Aid.
by Aid.
That's the highlight.
Right. Well, look, it's goodbye from me, and I'm sure it's goodbye from these two. So, if you fancy a bite, these are the ladies and gents to actually sort of see. Thanks very much.